Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
As they say in PIHL hockey, let's do that PIHL hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome. I'm Matt Popchock coming to you from the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex in Warrendale, here inside the Galaxy Rink for Game 1 of this Week 12 PIHL Hockey Night Live doubleheader on TenbandTV, presented by Play It Again Sports in Greensburg. The Route 19 rivalry has resumed. For the first time, these teams meeting since the first week of the 25-26 regular campaign. The Seneca Valley Raiders in black, the Pine Richland Rams in white. Seneca Valley, the reigning Pennsylvania Cup champions, coached by Tyler Masiska. You know all about them. 10 games, 10 wins, 9 of those victories coming in regulation. They're the team that nobody wants to play right now for obvious reasons. But here's the thing. The Pine Richland Rams, coached by their own Jordan Yoklik from the class of 2006, they're the other team in Class AAA that ostensibly nobody wants to play right now. Pine Richland, despite losing their first 4 games, winning 6 in a row since, and they've got 5 of their next 6, including tonight, here in the friendly confines of the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex. Both these teams share this venue, of course. For our purposes tonight, Pine Richland will be the home team. Both teams boasting a lot of offense of late. Pine Richland averaging 5.17 goals per game during their ongoing 6-game ride. For perspective, Seneca Valley coming into Week 12, the Class 3A team leader at 5.3 goals for per game. So the Rams are playing some kind of hockey right now. Cullen Campbell, their alternate captain, number 6, warming up somewhere in the mix off to our left. 10 goals to lead the Rams in 25-26, wearing the alternate captain's A. He carries a 6-game goal streak into week number 12. 13 points in all for Campbell on the regular season. Not to be outdone in the black jerseys, Braden Morin, number 13 for Seneca Valley, the junior forward. 10 goals to tie Campbell for the number 2 spot in the goal column in Class 3A. 19 points. He's top 5 in points and top 5 in assists as well. He's been a pretty good playmaker this year, and he's got 9 helpers on the season. Morin had a 4-point game the last time these teams met, which was a mercy roll victory in Seneca Valley's favor back on the 2nd of October. Again, it was the first week of the regular season. Seneca Valley in all 18 consecutive victories against PIHL opponents, including the preseason charities tournament and the ongoing regular season. Pine Richland coming off a convincing mercy roll win of their own against South Fayette, one of last year's Penguins Cup finalists, and the team that bowed to Seneca Valley, in fact, by a 7-0 final score. The Rams were white hot on special teams. Liam Voigt with a couple of power play goals. He's been an X factor for them this year after playing some travel team hockey in the state of Florida. He's got hockey in his blood and throughout his family, and we look forward to watching him and talking about him throughout the broadcast. From a goaltending standpoint, Will Hanner will likely get the nod again at number 32 in white for Pine Richland. He's coming off a 21-save shutout against the aforementioned South Fayette Lions. Hanner, a winner of 5 starts individually, 5 in a row, coming into Monday night. Seneca Valley, in addition to Morin, the player of the month for the month of November in the PIHL, they've got a potential December player of the month in their goaltender, Chris Nichols, who is the Class 3A leader in all the major categories: wins, goals against, save percentage, and 4 shutouts on the season for Nichols, the 2025 PIHL All-Star, who's looking to get a couple more rings before he graduates. And first things first, they have to get through the Rams one more time and continue to tighten that chokehold on the number 1 overall spot in Class 3A as both teams approach the holiday break.
Good evening, hockey.
Well, Jeff Verzilla troubleshoots over at public address. We'll take a look at the Class 3A standings. Again, we told you about Seneca Valley. 9 regulation wins, 1 overtime win, good for 29 points, and that top spot in Class 3A. Pine Richland, 3 regulation wins, 3 wins after regulation, 3 regulation losses, and 1 OT loss, good for 16 points entering Monday, and the number 6 spot in Class 3A. Certainly not the first time we've seen a Jordan Yoklik-led team get their act together in a big way after a shaky start to a season. We'll see if the Rams can keep it going here in a building that these two teams share as Pine Richland controls the opening faceoff and moves this puck from left to right on your TV, computer, or mobile device to begin. Here is Cullen Campbell operating behind the Seneca Valley goal, played out in front. Too many black shirts in the way. And it's the captain, Carter Hain, the senior defenseman, playing this puck deep into Pine Richland ice. Raiders on the breakout. They play it out in front. Hanner knocks the net off balance, trying to make that save. And so we get our first whistle 34 seconds in. And we get to take a closer look at Will Hanner, the starting sophomore for PR. 5-1 on the year, 314 goals against, 876 save percentage, and that shutout of South Fayette last Monday. 340 minutes of ice time for Hanner in between those pipes, and he makes that save off the distant shot by Matt Bailey. Liam Voigt unable to collect that puck along the near boards. Raiders will get this one deep. Vinci Vallela playing it into the corner, and Hanner snatches that one on the shot by Vallela from right point. Hanner's varsity debut came against Seneca Valley, and it came in mop-up duty in that first meeting. 14 saves on 18 shots in relief of Graham Bogle, who was pulled after allowing 4 goals through 1+ periods. Pine Richland with it one more time. Getting it deep for the Rams, Noah Taggart, who wears the other alternate captain's A for Jordan Yoklik. Seneca regains possession. Carson Lindbergh through center, but Jake Gilbert is offside. Seneca Valley, 2 straight PIHL Charities Tournament wins. Pine Richland, the team in that event that they unseated as champion a couple of years ago. After the Rams won it, they went on to win states. After Seneca Valley won it last year, they went on to win states. We'll see if it is again this year for Tyler Masiska's club. Masiska winning the first PA Cup title in program history. The former Seneca Valley player in his first year as head coach last year. Jordan Yoklik in year number 8, conversely, behind the Pine Richland bench as the Rams iced this puck early in a scoreless first period. Face-off 1 to the point for Leighton Moreau. Moreau's had a hot hand for Seneca Valley of late. The senior forward on a 5-game point streak. Had a shorthanded marker the last time these teams met. And Moreau has this puck defensively for Seneca Valley, crisscrossing with Aiden Garvin. Moreau from the near side up to center. Brady Watson, the freshman, able to control that puck, but it's won back by Carson Verzilla. Turned over at center. Cooper Hain, wouldn't he love to get going again? The sophomore with multiple points in 3 straight games in November. No points in 2 December contests thus far. Luca Holio gets it deep for the Rams. Awkward bounce in front of goaltender Nichols' net, but no harm done. Seneca Valley up to neutral ice. Tyler Maxwell takes the bump and can't hang on to that puck as it's played defensively by Voigt. Voigt originally wearing uniform number 43 at the season's beginning for Pine Richland, now wearing number 94 as the Rams come the other way, and coming toward goal and trying to fire it on Nichols is Taggart, and he drew the penalty, and the game's first penny power play belongs to PR. McLean and Music, the USA Hockey crew on duty, for game number 1, making the call. It's Maxwell who will sit. The number 2 power play in Class 3A at 40% even against the number 1 penalty kill at 93.1%. Pine Richland and Seneca Valley, respectively. Something's got to give early in this first period as Voigt brings it up over the attacking line. Voigt from the corner. Rams on the penny power play. Voigt from center point. Hanging on to that puck perhaps a hair too long, but is able to work it up ahead. Side of the net. They fire it on Nichols, and he makes a save point blank. Campbell goes upstairs and smashes in the rebound. And isn't that a fine how do you do? The Rams hop on top on special teams with 13:27 to go in the first period. The alternate captain makes it happen for his team-leading 11th goal of the year and his 4th of the power play variety. Make that a 7-game goal streak for Cullen Campbell, and it's 1-0 Pine Richland. Just the 10th goal as a team the Raiders have allowed this season. They came in tied for the #1 spot in the entire PIHL in team defense with Class A Cannon McMillan. And just the 3rd power play goal the Raiders have conceded for that matter. Campbell on this puck one more time. Out in front, catching the friendly fire was Verzilla. Verzilla able to get the shot off anyway, but it wouldn't go. Raiders play it up to center. Lindbergh and company over the line. That shot blocked. Good gap by Andrew Phillips. And Pine Richland will ice this puck. About 4.5 minutes into period 1. Cullen Campbell with the power play goal for the Rams to put them ahead. Officially, it's going to be Campbell from Voigt. 3 of Voigt's 5 assists this year on the power play, so he, like Campbell, has been a pretty handy special teams weapon. Taggart over the line. He's taken out of the play. Carter Hayne up the boards. Turnaround attempt. Seneca Valley able to skate this puck up to center. And paying for it is C.J. Gawarek. Mason Sheets making his varsity debut for Tyler Masiska tonight. And he carries the puck into the Pine Richland zone in an offside position. Cooper Hayne winning this faceoff cleanly for Seneca. Raiders dump this puck. Phillips giving chase defensively for Pine Richland. Reif from the wing, unable to get that puck on target. Morin winning back the rebound to Bailey. Bailey pinching to keep it alive for the Raiders. Now under pressure from Branscombe. Plays it around the Pine Richland net. Julio camped out in front of his goaltender Hanner as the Raiders work it around the perimeter. Bailey cross ice to Villela. That kick save is made by Hanner. Bailey keeps it in the zone, firing wide of the near post. Nick Roop on the rebound again. Pine Richland unable to clear. Cooper Hayne drawing the double team. Hayne has help from Morin. Seneca wins the puck battle. Morin out in front, tries to elevate it, but he missed high, trying to go under the bar. And finally, PR able to exhaust the area, and they'll take their chances with the own zone face-off as both coaches call for a line change. Eight Pine Richland players making their varsity debuts the last time these teams met. We mentioned Julio on defense for PR. He was one of those 8. Jackson Nake trying to play it defensively from the corner for the Rams. Seneca Valley rolling up their sleeves and going right back to work on the forecheck, but Mike Desjardins has this puck for Pine Richland, and the Rams will take another icing call as we climb closer to the 10-minute mark. Work against Campbell, the Pine Richland goal scorer, and the Rams control the faceoff this time and get it up to center before it's jabbed at by Moreau. Over the line comes Watson. Watson playing it in front. That was interrupted by the skate of Desjardins. Desjardins, a defensive defenseman, but getting into the act offensively with the rest of his Pine Richland teammates. 5 points in his last 4. Had just 2 career points prior to that, as Soroka, the alternate captain, misses on the rebound. Frizilla in transition for Pine Richland. Fires this puck to the corner. Voigt from an angle. Nichols making that save, unable to freeze it. Carter Haynes trying to give him some help. Played out in front. Carter Hayne across 2 lines, fighting for possession is Gilbert. Gilbert stood up aggressively by Julio. Raiders control this puck. To the point it comes, vis-a-vis Maxwell to the corner. Gilbert working along the far side. It's worked around to Carter Hayne. That puck hit off a couple of gloves. It comes back to Hayne eventually. He fires wide of the target. Friendly Pine Richland bounce off a skate in front, and it comes to Voigt. Voigt just wants to get rid of this puck and come off for a change. Seneca Valley also making changes on the fly. Midway through this first period, Cullen Campbell's power play goal has Pine Richland ahead. Walter taken down in the corner. Play continues. Bailey, that save made by Hanner, and there is no rebound. And there isn't any because Hanner pounced on that puck atop the crease. Got the glove out there just in the nick of time. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV? Well, right now, you can watch on Watch. Yes, you heard that correctly. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays all at once. Again, that's watch.tenband.tv to watch your favorite team the way the hockey gods intended. Raiders up to center. Bailey will send it in. Hanner getting some help from Phillips. Andrew Branscombe leading it for Nick Roop. Raiders take over. Cooper Hayne, right wing. Interrupted by Matt Muldoon defensively. Branscombe up to center. Reif takes him down and takes the puck in the process. Pine Richland in the middle of a line change. Morin trying to get around Muldoon and take advantage. Raiders have this puck behind the net. Reif tied up, and now he retaliates against Muldoon. Again, play continues. Frizilla fighting for an angle on Moreau. Moreau trying to ward him off and play this puck at the same time for Seneca Valley with under 7 to go in the period. And here come the Raiders. Hayne unable to split the D. Seneca has to tag up. Moreau with a lofty dump in. Muldoon up the near boards. Loose puck. Ultimately controlled by Pine Richland. Campbell with a little Murphy dump into the corner. Pine Richland again changing on the go. Soroka with speed up the left wing. Side of the net. Played out in front. Luka Newell looking for that puck. Finally, it's recovered by Julio. Julio trying to play it up the near boards for Pine Richland. Rams able to get it back to center before the Raiders send it back in. Carter Hayne under some pressure. Gets it up to center red. Sent in by Soroka. Julio catches up to it for Pine Richland. Voigt providing support deep in his own zone. Turnover. Watson finds middle, but not mesh. I had the call all teed up. He had the celly all teed up, I'm sure, but it was not to be. And meanwhile, Nichols makes a loud stop at the other end as the Raiders regain possession. Hanner will cover as Hayne tries to stab at that rebound, come what may, and one of the Rams looked like he might take exception, but cooler heads prevailing before the faceoff. Just over 5 to go in this first period. And off the draw, here's Gwarek. Gwarek just missing the net. Villela unable to keep it inside the line. On the retreat, he'll play it near side to Bailey. The Seneca Valley, certainly not a weak first period team by any stretch of the imagination, but a team that grows into the game, or tends to as time goes on, and certainly in a bit of unfamiliar territory here, as they've been the dominant team in the league since their championship run last spring. Pine Richland trying to not only extend their own win streak to 7 tonight, but make a big statement against their next door neighbors. Rams able to get this puck deep. Pine Richland changing quickly as Gilbert controls it and tries to go upstairs on Hanner. It glances off the glass. And Pine Richland will ice it with 4:08 remaining. Campbell with the face-off win. To the corner for Phillips. Jackson Nake, cross ice for Campbell. Campbell, left circle. Out in front, it's loose. Cleared but not out. Verzilla couldn't corral it. That's a bit of a break for the Raiders as Verzilla gets Morin on the trail check. Some 13-on-13 crime there as Campbell draws another penalty. Pine Richland 1 for 1 on the penny power play thanks to Cullen Campbell. And they'll get a chance to extend their first period lead here. Aiden Garvin this time will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free. Rams and Raiders going back to work on special teams. 127 PIMs now for Seneca Valley, second most unofficially in the 11-team 3A circuit coming in. So if the game plan was to turn it into a special teams battle, the game plan is working thus far. With it is Taggart. Taggart to goal, save made by Nichols. And finally he'll get the whistle as players push and shove. And the Rams had just 2 power plays in the last meeting between these teams, failing to score on both. Lots of penalties in that contest, but believe it or not, only 3 power plays altogether between the two sides. Campbell plays it to the corner. Seneca Valley trying to anticipate and work this puck loose late in the first period. Liam Voigt Working in the corner for Pine Richland, slips it to Verzilla. Verzilla up top for Taggart. Taggart into the stomach of Nichols, and he'll hold on. Chris Nichols, 8-0, ranking first, .75 goals against, also ranking first. .957 on the save percentage coming into Monday, also ranking first. And as you might guess, his 4 shutouts also make him the front runner in that category. What a start to his senior season, coming off that great playoff for Seneca Valley. Rams continue to operate on the penny power play. 45 to go in the minor on Garvin. That shot blocked. Warwick taking one for the team and tries to work over Liam Voigt as Voigt brings it up through center. Good stick by Villela. Taggart into the attacking zone with under half a minute left on the man advantage. Rams with it one more time, side of the net. Score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Cullen Campbell again on the penny power play. And the Rams continue to turn heads here in Warrendale. It's 2-0 Pine Richland with just under 2 to go in the first. Make it a dozen for the Pine Richland senior. And that's his 5th power play goal of 25-26. Campbell picked a spot and hit it. How? I have no idea. Nichols, the all-star, had not allowed a goal in over 120 minutes of PIHL hockey. Thus far, he's given up 2. Pine Richland 2, Seneca Valley nothing. Here come the Raiders. Gilbert toward goal. Lindbergh couldn't get the deflection. Out in front. Baierl! Carter Hain nuzzles that nylon with 1:35 to go. I'll have another hot dog. It's going to be one of those nights, perhaps. Carter Hain, his 2nd of the season, and the Raiders work the backdoor play to perfection to get right back in it. 2 goals, 23 seconds apart by the North Hills area rivals. Delayed offside on Seneca Valley. Break for Pine Richland. Verzilla will take his time playing this puck off the near boards. Nake takes the hit from Gilbert. Moreau near side. Moreau trying to lead it on for Soroka. Soroka ridden off that puck by Verzilla, but still is able to make the play over to Martin. And Owen Martin's shot is denied by Hanner. Soroka, cross ice. Moreau, near side. Moreau is deflected toward goal, and Hanner somehow was able to find that bounding puck and cover it with just under 60 ticks to talk. Raiders on the retreat. Play it up to center. Villela near side for Morin. Braden Morin around a man. Morin from an angle. Unable to lift that puck under the bar behind Hanner. Bailey near side. Looking for a deflection. None to be found. Taggart trying to clear the zone and just barely does with under half a minute to go in the period. Bailey with a dump in. Hanner had to play that one carefully, and he's going to freeze it with 22 left. He's not leaving anything to chance. Now, the Rams were having their way on special teams, but Seneca Valley Such a dominant team, 5-on-5 this season, never out of any game. Rams will try to get one more before the buzzer. Nichols with that stick save. Verzilla's shot deflected on goal, and Nichols just barely was able to keep that out. It's played in front. Verzilla pulls a Lloyd Christmas and totally redeems himself right before the first period buzzer. Oh, what a sequence to cap period one. It's going to count. It's going to be Verzilla's goal, his 8th, and it's 3-1 Pine Richland. And don't go away just yet. TenbandTV crew, we're going to have, for formality's sake, a face-off. They're going to say officially with 1/10 of a second on the clock. So they'll literally just drop the puck, and that'll be that. But Carson Verzilla, following the second power play goal by Campbell, was able to get that puck across the line and past Nichols before time ran out. And Tyler Masiska and the Raiders have to go back to the dry erase board. We'll talk about it when we come back. Pine Richland 3, Seneca Valley 1. Matt Popchock, PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Play It Again Sports Greensburg.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is locally owned and operated and focused on serving the community. Play It Again Sports buys, sells, and trades used and new sports equipment and fitness gear and passes along the savings to you. Their large inventory, customer service, and wide selection of major brands will keep you coming back for years. Open 7 days a week. Visit them on 6041 Route 30 or visit them online at playitagainsports.com. Click locations and click Greensburg, PA. Matt Popchock back here at the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex in Warrendale inside the Galaxy Rink, watching Will Hanner make his first save of the second period for Pine Richland, which leads state champion Seneca Valley 3-1 as the side switch has occurred here. And the Rams have this one more time. Campbell cross ice. The shot, save made. And boy, it felt like Chris Nichols needed that one after the way that first period ended. And we'll elaborate as soon as we can. Rams able to get rid of this puck again. Coming after it is Verzilla, one of the first period heroes for the team in green and white. Campbell, cross ice. The Pine Richland alternate captain on hat trick watch at the moment. Lindbergh leading it now for Soroka. Soroka finally catches up to it in the corner. And Campbell will all but ice it for Pine Richland. Nichols able to play that one inside his own crease. Desjardins up to the Seneca Valley line. Over the line is Watson. Watson knocked down hard by Luka Newell. Bailey getting it deep for the Raiders, but only for a moment. Here comes Desjardins with the dump in. Nichols off his goal line to play that puck. Voigt, who has set up both of Cullen Campbell's goals thus far, got that puck to the corner before the Raiders played it off the scorer's table. Liam Voigt with it one more time for PR. 1 against 2. Voigt not quite able to split the D's, taken down, and the net behind Nichols is off its moorings, and Voigt able to get up and make his appeal for a penalty there in the first 2 minutes of period 2. Seneca Valley at the moment could certainly use some of the special teams magic that Pine Richland pulled in period 1. Cullen Campbell scoring 2 power play goals, again both set up by Voigt officially. And then with less than a second to go on the first period clock and the Rams leading 2-1, Carson Verzilla beating the buzzer. Officially Verzilla from Taggart for the former's 8th goal of the season. Seneca Valley scoring with 1:35 to go, courtesy of Carter Hayne. Officially, it was Carter Hayne from Gilbert and Lindbergh. 3 goals in the final 2 minutes by both of these clubs to conclude period 1. Hanner making that save off his toe, and he's just able to get to the rebound. Cooper Hayne trying to jam it in as the Rams get their digs in after the whistle. Pine Richland playing with a purpose tonight. You got to give them credit. And, you could look at that early season meeting as being just that and attribute the result to the fact that both teams, particularly Pine Richland, were still trying to figure things out and build that team chemistry, as teams often do early in the season. But in a rivalry like this, a geographic rivalry, that they took it on the teeth that night, and they're going to take that personally. And the Raiders in that first period perhaps getting reminded of what it's like to wear that kind of a target on a regular basis. And what an emotional boost it would be if the Rams could prevail here tonight and become the first team in the league to knock off the Pennsylvania Cup winners of 2025. Coincidental penalties on Hayne and Muldoon, as you might have heard from Jeff Verzilla in the background. Hanner making that save, and the rebound is retrieved by the Raiders, and firing wide of goal is Gilbert. So the teams remain 5 aside early in period 2. Jackson Nake goes cross ice for Verzilla. That pass behind him. Played off the glass by Sheets. Sheets denied by Hanner. Soroka to take the face-off for the Raiders. 4 goals, 9 points for him this season in just a handful of games. Soroka, the unofficial scoring champion also of the PIHL Charities Tournament, won by the Raiders for the 2nd straight year. He was pretty big in the playoffs, to say the least, for Seneca Valley, winning the Penguins and Pennsylvania Cups. Valella's shot blocked by Taggart. Valella gets it back. Voigt unable to poke it off Valella's stick. The Raiders fighting for this puck. It still loose. Hanner down, but not out. Getting good help from his defense. They're hacking, they're whacking. Finally, it comes to Soroka, who works it up near side for Bailey. Bailey Off the leg of Voigt, and it rebounds to the corner. From behind his own net, Ryan Catsby. Working in unison with Voigt, but the Raiders still have this puck. Luke Myers' shot blocked. Seneca Valley trying to play takeaway one more time, and the Rams are forced to just ice it after a difficult shift in their own zone. And are we going to get a penalty here? Unsportsmanlike conduct is the indication that it's Myers who's going to sit. Pine Richland 2 for 2 on the penny power play. And let's see if Cullen Campbell and the Rams can make it a trifecta. Tyler Masiska getting the explanation from this USA Hockey crew.
Luke Myers, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of penalty, 12-26.
Moreau with a big face-off to start the Seneca Valley PK, and he clears that puck most of the length of the ice for the Raiders in a 3-1 game. Near collision at center. Voigt able to keep his feet, but the Raiders clear this puck one more time. Voigt and the Rams on the penny power play. Voigt trying to penetrate the defense. Rams watch this puck roll back inside their own line. Seneca Valley trying to play some damage control early in period 2. Taggart knocked off balance by Garvin. Garvin makes sure he stays down as the Raiders have this puck once again. It's played long range off Hanner. And not much to write home about in this third Pine Richland power play halfway through. Campbell behind the Seneca Valley net. Nichols will leave it for his defense, but it comes right to Noah Taggart. From the corner, Gwarek doing the yeoman's work. Seneca Valley changing penalty killers quickly as Campbell has it just shy of his own bench. Verzilla over the line. He stood up immediately by Maxwell. Puck played from center by Taggart. Settled down by Nichols behind his own net. And Seneca Valley's going to take their time coming out of their own zone with this puck. Gilbert trying to get a step. Tied up by Desjardins. Both players go down behind the cage. Officials sweeping that one under the rug. Roop to one knee, and now we do get a whistle as Desjardins, who took the worst of that one, evidently is not getting up. And we'll step aside for a quick moment with 10.5 to go to the ice cut here in Warrendale. Pine Richland leading Seneca Valley 3-1 on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Play It Again Sports Greensburg.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings, all in the heart of Mount Washington.
Michael Desjardins being helped off the ice and leaving the ice, mostly on his own accord, flanked by Nick Roop and Ben Walter. And trailed by Pine Richland team personnel that will look at him further. And Desjardins moving slowly, so we'll assume for the moment that his night is interrupted considerably, if not done altogether. And Seneca Valley, the third time is the charm on their penalty kill. They keep it a 2-goal game, but the Rams have the puck. With it is Verzilla. Verzilla taken down. Drop pass, off-balance shot save again by Nichols, and trying to jam it in was Jackson Nake. Verzilla with it on the left side, creating space, waiting for company. He goes to Campbell in the corner out in front. That pass too strong for Verzilla. And this will not be icing vis-a-vis Brady Watson. Rams have to play that puck with under 10 to go in the period. And a save made there at the side of the net by Hanner. Soroka that close to getting one back for the Raiders. Campbell outletting for Taggart. Carter Hayne in the back check. Taggart around him, unable to retain the puck. Carter Hayne, the lone Raider goal getter thus far. Up to Soroka, now for Reif. Reif over the line, goes upstairs, and that didn't miss by a lot. Looked like Hanner got a piece with the blocker. Voigt out of action. Face off inside Pine Richland ice, they say. The team's even at 9 shots apiece after one. Seneca Valley, unofficially, 10 of the 12 shots on goal in this second period, but still, thus far, unable to chip away at that 2-goal advantage held by Pine Richland. Rams control the own zone face-off. Julio turned it over. Hanner made that save and got to the rebound before Villela could. Reif. That wasn't Reif either. I beg your pardon, ×2. That was Evan Hawk, the sophomore, getting his first shift of the evening for Seneca Valley. Hawk, a varsity debutant just a couple of weeks ago, November 24th at Central Catholic. Midway through the second period and game, Pine Richland 3, Seneca Valley 1. The state champs still atop Class 3A. Pine Richland, the number 6 team entering Monday, trying to hand them their first L of the regular season. And another penalty coming up just beyond the halfway point. And this one's going to go against Pine Richland, and certainly you feel like if the Raiders can get a power play goal here, it's game on. Newell, the freshman, to sit for holding. Seneca Valley, number 3 in Class 3A on the penny power play this year, 23.8%. Pine Richland, middle of the road on the PK, more or less, 78.9%, 5th in the 11-team circuit, entering week 12. Seneca Valley on the penny power play. Gwarek going to work in the corner. Campbell on him, and Campbell has this puck and clears it for PR. What a monster game he's had with the 2 power play goals in the first and trying to help his team come up with a big kill here and protect their multi-goal lead. Braden Morin dropping for Cooper Hayne. Hayne, cross ice for Carter Hayne. That went to the corner, and the first man on it, Carson Verzilla. not standing on ceremony. Hain, the Seneca Valley captain, one more time. Up for Morin. Morin, check from behind. Good stick by Verzilla. Another clear by Pine Richland. Midway through this man advantage, Gwarek has it for Seneca Valley. Gwarek dropping from Morin. Morin tied up immediately. Cooper Hain trying to provide support. Morin has it. Morin behind the net. Braden Morin to the point. Carter Hain fanning on the attempted pass, but gets it off to Morin anyway. Hain one more time. He fires. That hits something on its way to Hanner. Under half a minute to go on the power play. Raiders still have it. It's deflected out in front. Slap shot. Hanner making that stop from his knees. And there is no rebound as Muldoon has some heated words with one of the Raiders who was knocked on his backside. It looked like it might have been Gwarek getting involved there with Muldoon, the Pine Richland defenseman. 20 to go in Seneca Valley's power play. Raiders win the face-off. They work across ice for Moreau. Moreau from the off wing. I'll take that, thank you very much, says Will Hanner. Moreau around a man. Time ticking down on the power play. Moreau right into the glove of Hanner. He tried to go short side. Hanner had other plans. Will Hanner, the Pine Richland sophomore, again going for his 6th consecutive win as a starter and trying to do what not a lot of other goaltenders have done and outplay Chris Nichols, one of the best players in the league at both players' position. "21 saves and counting for the Pine Richland second year. Loose puck, near side. Rams will control it with 6 minutes and change to the ice cut. Team's back to full strength. Verzilla tied up as he was going to the net, and Nichols will freeze it for the face-off as emotions continue to run high. Second period shots up to 15-2 now for Seneca Valley. All 15 turned aside by Will Hanner. The Raiders coming off a win over Peters Township. Another tight contest at Princegate Arena in which they outshot the Indians 20-3 in period 2 before Leighton Moreau finally got what proved to be the game winner. Verzilla unable to tap in the shot pass. Soroka in transition for Seneca. Soroka centering it. Played off the pad of Hanner. Out in front, Seneca Valley scores! Carson Lindbergh smashes it behind goaltender Hanner. It's a 1-goal game, and these pretzels are making me thirsty. Lindbergh's 4th of the season. And the champs still have a pulse, and a big one at that, with a lot of time left in period 2. Just sheer determination there by Seneca Valley as Lindbergh got that puck in tight and made no mistake. Now a 3-2 game in favor of Pine Richland. Desjardins returning to action for the Rams. Good to see. And he'll watch this puck roll to center before it's played in his general direction by Andrew Phillips. Villela up to Hawk. Desjardins around him. Desjardins toward goal, and Chris Nichols has it from 60 feet away, and he'll contain it. Desjardins off the blocker hand of Nichols following the faceoff. Final 5 minutes of period 2, and Seneca Valley with some momentum after finally finding an answer for Will Hanner, who had played a phenomenal second period and still has to this point. Voigt around a man. Voigt from the right circle. Voigt just wide of goal. Boy, can he be fun to watch. Liam Voigt. 4 goals, 8 points in limited action for PR this season. Morin pushes it over the bar. Raiders have the rebound. And this one will glance off the rafters inside Pine Richland territory. And that's where we'll have the face-off, as the terrestrial clock here in Warrendale has just struck 8. The game clock reads 4:17. Pine Richland holding on to a 1-goal lead. Gilbert against Campbell. Rams force it back to center. Verzilla has a step on the defense. Verzilla to goal, side of the net. Nichols keeps it out. And the net behind him knocked off the moorings. Pine Richland literally crashing the net, trying to get that goal back late in period 2. Nichols hanging on, and officials will call for the face-off outside the Seneca Valley line. Tyler Maxwell near side up to Lindbergh. Lindbergh pulling Seneca Valley to within 1 not long ago. Officially Lindbergh from Villela and Soroka. So 10 points now on Soroka's season. Puck battle in the corner of Pine Richland territory. Raiders win the battle. From the side of the net, Hanner moving post to post as Maxwell has it from the boards. Maxwell hit as he tried to shoot that puck, and Carter Hain has to go back. Hain pressured by Nake. Trying to slip it up to Gilbert. That pass wouldn't connect. Julio from his own defensive zone. And now it's sent up to Campbell. Oh, good stick there by Villela. Watson. Up now for Hawk. Hawk drops it to Soroka. Soroka on goal, and Hanner has it. Traffic jam in that right circle. Raiders try to propel the bouncing puck toward goal. Pine Richland trying to support Hanner any way they can. A lot of bodies in front of that Pine Richland net. Bailey pinching. Bailey from the circle. Hanner makes that save. The rebound is kept out of there by the sophomore as the Pine Richland net now is dislodged. How do you watch PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV? Well, right now you could be watching on Watch. Yes, you heard that correctly. Log on to watch.tenband.tv. Watch multiple live games and on-demand replays all at once. Again, watch.tenband.tv to watch your favorite PIHL team the way the hockey gods intended. Villela colliding with one of the Rams as he tried to play that puck. Phillips retreating. Out it comes to Taggart. Bailey from behind his own net. Watson unable to advance it. Raiders trying to break out of their own zone with time ticking away in period 2 and maybe find a late equalizer here. after a rocky first period. Played in the corner by Soroka. Voigt all over him. Ditto Andrew Phillips. Raiders still have this puck. Shot from between the eyes is stopped by Hanner. Morin was the one who fired it. Rams get it up to center, courtesy of Taggart. Raiders with it one more time. Morin over the line. Morin off a Pine Richland skate. Good gap there by Catsby. Garvin keeps it inside the line. Garvin pressured from behind by Taggart, still able to get rid of that puck. Approaching the final minute before the ice cut. Raiders have it again. This shot will wrap off the boards behind Hanner. Garvin setting up Morin. Morin makes that save, and the rebound is fanned on. Oh, the Raiders that close as Hanner from a seated position tries to keep this puck out. It's still loose, and finally we get a whistle with 49 ticks to talk. You get the feeling that the Rams maybe took the slightest bit of breath, and as a team having trouble getting that breath back, if you will. Seneca Valley with a big push late in the second period to cut the deficit to 1, and looking for more with 40 seconds left. Carter Hayne. Up it comes now for Lindbergh. Lindbergh taken down with under half a minute to go. Raiders still have it. Out in front it comes. Shot. Not sure if that hit Hanner or not. It hit something in a white shirt. And a chance now for Nake if he can get there. But he is cut off by Carter Hayne. Lindbergh pinning Nake up against his own bench. 10 seconds left. Raiders have to hurry. Maxwell ahead for Gilbert. Gilbert rattled by Muldoon, who lost his helmet in the process. And Muldoon might go here with 4 seconds left. And indeed he will. Cross-checking the indication against the Pine Richland Jr. And so barring unforeseen developments, the Raiders will begin period 3 on the penny power play. They're 0 of 1 in that department tonight. And Chris Nichols is going to sit this one out, evidently. Raiders going with 6 skaters on this 6-on-4 power play faceoff with just under 4 seconds left in the period. And take 2. Voigt got waived. Voigt has it, and he'll just run out the rest of that second period clock. And so we cut the ice at the Galaxy rink here at the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex, and we've got a good one in Class 3A. Pine Richland Rams 3, Seneca Valley Raiders 2. Matt Popchock for PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Play It Again Sports in Greensburg.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Now wearing number 94 as the Rams come the other way, and coming toward goal and trying to fire it on Nichols is Taggart, and he drew the penalty, and the game's now wearing number 94 as the Rams come the other way, and coming toward goal and trying to fire it on Nichols is Taggart, and he drew the penalty, and the game's first from center point. hanging on to that puck perhaps a hair too long, but is able to work it up ahead, side of the net. They fire it on Nichols, and he makes a save point blank. Campbell goes upstairs and smashes in the rebound, and isn't that a fine how do you do? Walter taken down in the corner. Play continues. Bailey, that save made by Hanner, and there is no rebound. Providing support deep in his own zone. Turnover. Watson finds Metal, but not mesh. It's a bit of a break for the Raiders as Verzilla gets Morin on the trail check. Some 13-on-13 crime there as Campbell draws another penalty. Advantage. Rams with it one more time. Side of the net. Score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Cullen Campbell. Pine Richland 2, Seneca Valley nothing. Here come the Raiders. Gilbert toward goal. Lindbergh couldn't get the deflection out in front. Baierl! Carter Hain nuzzles that nylon with 1:35 to go. Soroka, cross ice. Moreau, near side. Moreau is deflected toward goal, and Hanner somehow was able to find that bounding puck. Verzilla's shot deflected on goal, and Nichols just barely was able to keep that out. It's played in front. Verzilla pulls a Lloyd Christmas and totally redeems himself right before the first period buzzer. As the side switch has occurred here, and the Rams have this one more time. Campbell cross ice. The shot save made. And boy, it felt like Chris Nichols. To conclude period one, Hanner making that save off his toe, and he's just able to get to the rebound. Cooper Hain trying to jam it in. Only one. The state champs still atop Class 3A. Pine Richland, the number 6 side. Rams will control it with 6 minutes and change to the ice cut. Team's back to full strength. Verzilla tied up as he was going to the net, and Nichols will freeze it for the face-off as emotions continue to Soroka in transition for Seneca. Soroka centering it. Played off the pad of Hanner. Out in front, Seneca Valley scores! Pinning Nake up against his own bench. 10 seconds left. Raiders have to hurry. Maxwell ahead for Gilbert. Gilbert rattled by Muldoon, who lost his helmet.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get up, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Gonna get out, pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
space. Hewitt turning, scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Look at him, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, climbing his way through the corporate rat race. We've all been there, focused on that next raise, promotion, chocolate bar. Keeping an eye on your health can be exhausting. Weight Loss Direct is a personalized wellness and weight loss program. We utilize an AI algorithm to determine your specific foods and match you with a real-life coach and an easy-to-follow meal plan so you could stay on track to success and health. Check out weightlossdirect.com to learn more.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is locally owned and operated and focused on serving the community. Play It Again Sports buys, sells, and trades used in new sports equipment and fitness gear and passes along the savings to you. Their large inventory, customer service, and wide selection of major brands will keep you coming back for years. Open 7 days a week. Visit them on 6041 Route 30 or visit them online at playitagainsports.com. Click locations, click Greensburg, PA. Matt Popchock back here at the Baierl Toyota Ice Complex in Warrendale for Period 3 of PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Play It Again Sports in Greensburg. Second period shots on goal. Seneca Valley Raiders 22, Pine Richland Rams 5. But where it counts, the Raiders still need one more at least. And Braden Morin controls the third period faceoff. Here inside the Galaxy ring for Seneca Valley. Playing it from his knees is Voigt, but he couldn't get it out. Carter Hain to the goal. Hain from an angle, trying to draw Hanner out of position and banks it in front, or tries to. Hanner read that play well when he freezes for a faceoff, with Seneca Valley working on its second penny power play of the night. Pine Richland, 5 of its last 5 on the penalty kill, going back to last Monday's win over South Fayette. Raiders win the faceoff. Turnaround try by Gilbert misses. Carter Hain, near side for Morin. Morin, watched by Phillips. Morin, off a stick. That bounces in behind the Pine Richland net. Raiders right back on that puck. Morin once again from the half wall. Centering pass for Hain, and Carter Hain is denied by Hanner. Morin regains possession. That's deflected just out of play by Gawarek, who was trying to take away the goaltender's eyes. Raiders with it again. Floating puck to the near corner with 50 to go in the penny power play. Work behind the Rams goal. Worked up top to Hain. Cross ice it comes. What a pass there, and a shot on Hanner is stopped and kicked forward to Noah Taggart. Taggart coming back shorthanded. The Rams have scored 4 times shorthanded and twice in 19 seconds, in fact, last week. Make that 18 seconds as the net behind Nichols is off the moorings. Only one other team, in Class 3A with more shorties this season. Now, Pine Richland with those 2 early power play goals by Cullen Campbell, taking the unofficial 3A team lead in power play goals with 14 as a team. So special teams have been their bread and butter as they've gotten their season going. And what a save there by Hanner on the doorstep. He denies Myers as Maxwell fires on target. Hanner with bodies in front and a broken stick in the near circle, able to squeeze that puck. Just 6 seconds to go and the minor penalty on Muldoon. The Rams have been getting it done on special teams. Seneca's been, over the long haul, the dominant team 5-on-5. And in a moment, they'll be back to 5-on-5 as the Rams get the clear. And that's 6 straight penalty kills now for Pine Richland. Phillips going D-to-D with Desjardins. Lindbergh colliding with Desjardins at the blue line. Desjardins trying to move it past his own bench. He can't. That puck from an angle fired toward Hanner. Interrupted by Campbell. Campbell ahead of the play for Pine Richland. Dumps the puck. Pine Richland will change behind the play. Reif trying to get back onside and does. Rams in the middle of a change of their own. Taggart over the line. Taggart from distance. It's kicked out of there by Nichols. And Seneca Valley brings it up to center. Cooper Hayne unable to make anything happen there for Seneca Valley. Liam Voigt on the counterattack for the Rams. He fires wide of goal. The long rebound comes to Morin, but he couldn't play it. Hunter Nake to the corner. Voigt around a couple of men. Voigt from the high slot area through traffic. Nichols the save. The rebound is denied by the senior. Brady Watson takes the hit from Catsby to make that play. Morin chasing Walter behind the Pine Richland goal. Those two tied up in front of those Pine Richland senior banners off in the corner. And up to center, it'll come eventually to Tegan Rich. Rich on the ice for the first time tonight for Jordan Yoklik as the Raiders play it back to center. Gilbert over the attacking line. Gilbert dispossessed for a moment by Rich. Watson behind the net, Watson in front. Another backdoor play, this time it's stopped by Hanner. And the rebound eventually finds Muldoon, who will ice it for PR. You're looking at the last 2 teams to win Penguins Cup championships in Class 3A. After 9 p.m. on TenbandTV, we'll see the prior 2. Peters Township and North Allegheny in the nightcap here at the Baierl Complex. Always an entertaining contest when those 2 teams collide. And again, we'll have that for you right around 9 o'clock Eastern time here on PIHL Hockey Night Live. Frizilla ties up his man. Raiders go to work inside their own zone. Muldoon. That shot deflected off a stick and comes out the other side right to one of the Raiders. That's Seneca Valley's Aiden Garvin. Brazilla with it at center. He's knocked off balance as play continues. Myers near side for Seneca. Myers up the left wing. Myers knocked down, still trying to make a play on that puck but can't. Gilbert unable to slow down Voigt. Voigt 1 against 2. Voigt around Maxwell. Voigt playing it out in front, but nobody home except Gilbert. Desjardins against the grain. Plays that off a stick and out of action. Seneca Valley continuing to widen its shots advantage. And they had the only goal, did the Raiders, of period 2. Lindbergh from Villela and Soroka. Rams trying to hold on for a signature win. Near side, Carter Hayne. That's tipped wide. Desjardins in front. And he'll play it up ahead off the stick of Hunter Nake. Carter Hayne from behind his own net. Starts it out for Seneca Valley. Soroka. Interrupted by Desjardins. Good stick by the ladder. And he'll flip it up to center. Julio to the corner. Chased by Gawarek. Soroka in after this puck for the Raiders. And kept in legally off the hand of Gawarek. Gawarek taking down one of the Raiders. Penalty coming up. 10:55 left in regulation, holding the call. And Gawarek's going to be the one to sit. Pine Richland, 6 of its last 8 on the penny power play, dating back to last Monday night. Going to get another opportunity here to get an extender here against the champs.
Seneca Valley penalty number 53, CJ Gawarek. 2 minutes for holding. On the penalty, 10-55.
Cleared by the Seneca Valley Raiders. Taggart retrieving for the Rams. Brazilla around the boards for Liam Voigt. Brother of Ty, a 2021 Toronto Maple Leafs draftee. A lot of hockey talent in that family. Voigt from the circle, and he forces the save by Nichols. Rams continue to operate on the penny power play here, leading by a goal. Taggart ties up his man, and the puck comes to Voigt. Voigt, pressured up top by Gilbert, goes to the corner for Verzilla, side of the net. That went off a leg and came all the way back to Taggart. Campbell has it for PR. Campbell tied up by Moreau. Moreau all over him. To the corner, it comes to Nake, and Nake sends it out the other side for Voigt. Midway through this power play for Pine Richland. Liam Voigt. Campbell couldn't take the pass. Raiders pressing shorthanded. And they are offside as Campbell messed with the mojo of Moreau, who wanted a penalty. Face off in front of the home bench with 40 to go and the minor penalty on Gawarek. Up to center it comes for Carson Verzilla. Jackson Nake from the corner. Carter Hayne. Interrupted by Nake. Raiders just trying to take time off that penalty clock any way they can, and they'll be able to, as that puck is settled down by Phillips to the right of Will Hanner. Rams taking their time, so make it back-to-back penalty kills for the Seneca Valley Raiders. And it remains a one-goal affair midway through period 3. With it is Campbell. Campbell goes up top and misses. Raiders take the long rebound. Brady Watson in stride. He's knocked off balance by Desjardins, but Cooper Hain from a bad angle tried to fire it on Hanner. Nothing doing. Raiders with it once again. Watson once again. Trying to go up to Morin. Morin has it for Seneca. Braden Morin off the blocker of Hanner. The rebound by Watson. It's still sitting there, and the Rams control it. Muldoon gets it out of danger. Muldoon into the glove hand of Nichols, and that'll be that. And just the 8th shot on goal right there by Pine Richland since period 1, in which the Rams had 9. Muldoon gets it deep. And near side it'll come. Mason Sheets over the line for the Raiders. Sheets around Catsby. Sheets forced off the puck by Muldoon. Voigt to the neutral zone. And now the Pine Richland sophomore will play it one more time. Hunter Nake. Tied up by Soroka. Moreau. Up ahead for John Soroka. Soroka 1 against 3. Soroka hits the brakes. Looking for support, but none to be found until just now. Moreau, puck in front for Lindbergh. Lindbergh just missing on the backhand. Raiders trying to get the forecheck going here late in period 3. Down by a goal. Taggart will take charge for Pine Richland. He's pressured by Lindbergh as he gets rid of that puck. Both teams changing on the fly. Nake trying to go cross ice for Campbell. Campbell around a man. Side of the net, Nichols trying to protect that far post and does. Julio from center red with the legal dump in, and he'll come off for a change. Desjardins shaken up earlier in this game, but hopping on again, no worse for the wear. Gilbert from the circle, that shot blocked by Phillips. Rams have the rebound. Campbell up ahead for Verzilla. Verzilla one-on-one with Carter Hain. Verzilla tied up by Hain at the side of the net, and Nichols will freeze this puck. And so, slowly but surely, time becoming the friend of the Rams and the enemy of the Raiders. 5:42 left now. Still just a one-goal game. Warwick on the attack for Seneca Valley. Warwick just missing the net. He was going for that near post too, and just off by a couple inches. Rams win the puck battle. Desjardins to center. Desjardins going after his own dump in, but Carter Hain cut him off. Loose in front of Nichols, who takes a bit of a gamble playing that puck with his stick, but the gamble pays off. Carter Hain Up for Reif. Reif toward goal. That pass broken up, but turned over to Hain. Loose in front, batted at, and the Raiders score! Soroka has tied it at 3 with 4:50 remaining. Five goals on the senior season of John Soroka. And the Raiders have evened it up late here in Warrendale. Pine Richland 3, Seneca Valley 3. Both sides getting their money's worth in the latest chapter of the Route 19 rivalry. Voigt off the glass. And stolen at center by Watson. Watson, poke check by Julio. Cooper Hain with it. Hain stood up. And stood up by Taggart. Rams on the attack. Liam Voigt, trailed by Hunter Nake. Voigt off balance, shoots off Nichols. Tried to go 5-hole, but the 5-hole closed just in time. Cooper Hain in flight. Hain to the goal. Hain makes his move. He's knocked down. Penalty coming up. The Rams are going to be shorthanded with 4 minutes to play. Pine Richland fans audibly upset, but so it goes with time ticking down in regulation. Julio off for hooking officially. And one of the coaches has used their timeout, so we'll step aside for a moment as well. Tied at 3 with 4 minutes left here on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Discover the heart.
4 minutes on this third period clock, 3s across the board. And the Seneca Valley Raiders, after just tying the game not long ago, are about to spend half of those 4 minutes on the penny power play. Will the third time be the charm? Raiders control it to the point, Carter Hain. Morin from the half wall to Hain. Hain, cross ice, and a whistle. And this faceoff's going to come outside the Pine Richland zone. That's a break for the Rams, a crease violation. Raiders, in any event, control the draw. Morin over the line. Seneca Valley on the power play. Hain upstairs and wide. Morin trying to get open. Phillips working on one of the Raiders in the corner. That's Gwarek. Gilbert behind the net. Up top to Carter Hain. Hain, near side for Braden Morin. Morin with a little pump fake to Hain, to Morin. Morin shooting upstairs. Oh, what a save by Hanner with the glove. 1:14 to go in the penny power play. The Rams have been so poised on the penalty kill and Needing one here in the worst way possible. They'll get a zone clearance there after the face-off win. Phillips doing his job. Midway through the man advantage for Seneca Valley. Carter Hain through center. He'll dump it in. Gawarek anticipating. It comes instead to Morin. Morin around Taggart. Morin on one hand playing this puck. Morin from the side of the net. Oh, Hanner had to make a save in tight there. And he knocked the net off trying to do it. This puck to the boards. Desjardins is dumped. Play continues. Lindbergh from an angle. Hanner the save. It's still loose in front. Taggart pushes it to the boards. Oh, that could have been disastrous for the Rams as players push and shove. Maxwell with it. Maxwell. Hanner settles it down, makes the save. The rebound is clear, but not out. Oh, what a play there by Maxwell at the line. Maxwell gets back up. Maxwell out in front to Reif. Reif from his knees trying to shoot it. He can't. It's cleared, but not out. Moreau around a man. Leighton Moreau on his backhand. Elevates that puck wide. Lindbergh from the corner. Lindbergh out in front. Hanner the kick save. The rebound sent away. Julio out of the box and back to his bench immediately. Final 2 of regulation. With it at center is Verzilla. Verzilla 1-on-2. Verzilla sandwiched going to the goal. Nake from the corner, turned it over. Raiders unable to exit. Seneca Valley working it around their own boards. Verzilla at center. Off balance, trying to play it beyond Cooper Hain. Phillips and Catsby, the defensive pairing out here for Jordan Yoklik. Catsby to Jackson Nake. He'll one-touch it in behind the Raiders' goal. Approaching the final minute of regulation of a 3-3 game. John Soroka with a late equalizer for Seneca Valley. Slipped up to Gilbert. Jake Gilbert hits the brakes. Gilbert hounded by Phillips. Gilbert still has this puck. Gilbert in the corner. Gilbert. Now that pass cut out by Nake. Jackson Nake, that is. Cooper Hain gets it back, and he's pressured by Campbell, and Campbell forces that puck just inside the Seneca Valley line with under half a minute left. Gilbert over the attacking line for the Raiders. Gilbert toward the goal. Morin trying to play it around Voigt. Voigt pins him up against the glass with 15 to go. Cooper Hain from the corner. 8 seconds left. Rams just trying to hang on here and take their chances in sudden victory OT. And it looks like that's what they're going to have to do. Time's going to run out. And we will play bonus hockey as one of the Rams was knocked over well after the whistle. Pine Richland Rams irate. Can't say we blame them for that one. Officials will sort it out, and we'll keep it right here and ask, how do you watch PIHL Hockey Night live on TenbandTV? Well, right now you can watch on Watch. Yes, you heard that right. Log on to watch.tenband.tv and watch multiple live games and on-demand replays at once. Again, that's watch.tenband.tv to watch your favorite team the way the hockey gods intended. The Pine Richland Rams will begin sudden victory overtime with their 5th penny power play of the night. Of that much we are certain. And it's the younger of the Hain brothers, Cooper, going off for cross-checking. after the third period buzzer sounded. So rather than play the 3-on-3 NHL-style OT that we normally would, the overtime period will begin 4-on-3 in Pine Richland's favor. And so we'll play 3 minutes of sudden victory hockey, or fewer, if one of these two teams can score another goal before that 3 minutes expires. Both teams have banked a point regardless. Pine Richland now with 17 points on the year. Seneca Valley with an even 30. What the Rams are craving now, though, is the extra point. They want to knock their rivals from the ranks of the unbeatens, the only remaining unbeaten team in the PIHL entering Week 12. Pine Richland led 3-1 after one. Raiders scoring once in each of the last 2 periods to extend this game. Voigt, Verzilla, Campbell, and Taggart on the penny power play for Pine Richland. Carter Hain, Aiden Garvin, John Soroka to start OT for Tyler Masiska's Raiders. And the Raiders will clear the zone to begin the sudden victory session. Taggart from behind his own goal. With it now is Voigt. Voigt to Verzilla. Verzilla atop the circle, firing and missing the corner. That rebound comes all the way out to Hain. Hain with speed. 1 against 2. Hain knocked down, gets to his feet, fires. And that never made it on goal. Hain gets it back. Now that was Soroka pulling the trigger, I beg your pardon. Hain with it now and putting it off the body of Hanner. 1 minute into OT. 1 minute remaining and the minor penalty on Cooper Hain. Voigt through center for the Rams power play. Voigt pressured by Morin, and Morin wins that battle, getting the puck deep into Pine Richland ice. Verzilla leaves it for Voigt. Voigt over the line. Voigt skating wide behind the Seneca goal. Voigt cross ice. Campbell firing. Oh, Verzilla was there for the deflection, but it was not to be. Midway through the overtime. Jordan Yoklik wants to make a change. He's going to put Desjardins out there. Voigt's going to come off. Under 20 to go in the Rams' man advantage. Taggart with space. Taggart to the goal. Nichols a save. Morin unable to get it out of there. And now he'll just use the boards to his advantage to kill off the remainder of this penalty. So 3 consecutive penalty kills for the Raiders after coughing up those 2 power play goals to Cullen Campbell. With it is Desjardins for Pine Richland. Final 45 of OT. Villela from behind his own net. Up it comes to Gilbert. Gilbert, followed by Desjardins. Gilbert taken down. Raider fans want a penalty, none forthcoming. Half a minute left. Seneca Valley has this puck. Cooper Hain with it. Hain out of the box. Hain hooked, penalty coming up. Carson Verzilla is going to sit for the remainder of OT. Ian Maxwell having words. 24.3 ticks to talk, and it's Seneca Valley now to the penny power play. So we'll have 4-on-3 hockey in overtime. That now favors Seneca Valley. Hooking the indication. And they're not going to get Verzilla. They're going to get Desjardins. Verzilla's going to stay out there to kill this penalty, so I stand corrected. With Phillips and Taggart. The faceoff comes all the way outside the Ram zone, and Carter Hayne and company are going to have to hurry up and get something set up quickly with under 15 to go in OT. To the point for Cooper Hayne. Hayne to the circle. One-timer just missed. 5 seconds left. Cooper Hayne with it. Left circle. Unable to shoot it was Morin. 1 second left. Morin lets it go and misses. 54 minutes, not enough. We go to the Play It Again Sports Greensburg shootout to conclude game one here in Warrendale. And once again, this will mirror NHL protocol. Each team selecting 3 shooters. And if necessary, we'll continue the shootout round by round until we have a winner. Earlier this year, we saw Class A Moon and North Catholic set the PIHL shootout era record, going 19 rounds on Hockey Fights Cancer Night for the Moon Area Hockey Association. North Catholic scoring 4 of the 7 goals in that shootout to win it and win the hockey game 2-1. Seneca Valley's only post-regulation victory of the season came in the shootout. And so Chris Nichols will be tested again. Pine Richland will shoot first. Carson Verzilla will have the honor. Verzilla to the goal. Nichols a save. Bottom of round one, Braden Morin, the Raiders' leading goal scorer, to shoot first. Morin to the goal. He's stopped by Hanner. We are goalless as we go to round 2 of the shootout. And Liam Voigt will take his turn for PR. Voigt skating to his right, comes to the goal. Just missing as he tried to elevate it on the backhand. He had Nichols down. He just ran out of room to shoot that puck. Bottom of round 2, still looking for a goal. Can Cooper Hayne provide one for Seneca Valley? He does! He made his team sweat out that penalty at OT, and he gets some atonement. Noah Taggart must convert to keep this thing going for Pine Richland. He does! He goes 5-hole on Chris Nichols. And we go to a 4th shootout round. This time, Seneca Valley will shoot first in round 4. John Soroka. He scores! Oh, what a snipe by Soroka! He ties it late in regulation. He scores in the sudden victory portion of the shootout. Is there anything else I can do for you, Uncle Lewis? Raiders win, completing the comeback in the shootout. They take the shootout 2-1. They win the game over the Pine Richland Rams 4-3. Thank you, Kennedy Kazarowski. Thank you, Ethan Stewart. Thank you, Jim Black. Thank you, Todd Kazarowski back at World Headquarters. And thank you for watching and listening. Peters at NA is next. I'm Matt Popchock. You're watching it on PIHL Hockey Night Live on TenbandTV, presented by Play It Again Sports in Greensburg.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Now wearing number 94 as the Rams come the other way, and coming toward goal and trying to fire it on Nichols is Taggart, and he drew the penalty, and the game's now wearing number 94 as the Rams come the other way, and coming toward goal and trying to fire it on Nichols is Taggart, and he drew the penalty, and the game's first. Wait from center point, hanging on to that puck perhaps a hair too long, but is able to work it up ahead, side of the net. They fire it on Nichols, and he makes a save point blank. Campbell goes upstairs and smashes in the rebound, and isn't that a fine how do you do? Walter taken down in the corner. Play continues. Bailey, that save made by Hanner, and there is no rebound. Providing support deep in his own zone. Turnover. Watson finds middle, but not mesh. It's a bit of a break for the Raiders as Verzilla gets Morin on the trail check. Some 13-on-13 crime there as Campbell draws another penalty. Advantage. Rams with it one more time. Side of the net. Score! Thank you, sir. May I have another? Cullen Campbell. Pine Richland 2, Seneca Valley nothing. Here come the Raiders. Gilbert toward goal. Lindbergh couldn't get the deflection out in front. Baierl! Carter Hayne nuzzles that nylon with 1:35 to go. Soroka, cross ice. Moreau, near side. Moreau is deflected toward goal, and Hanner somehow was able to find that bounding puck. Verzilla's shot deflected on goal, and Nichols just barely was able to keep that out. It's played in front. Verzilla pulls a Lloyd Christmas and totally redeems himself right before the first period buzzer. As the side switch has occurred here, and the Rams have this one more time. Campbell cross ice. The shot save made. And boy, it felt like Chris Nichols. To conclude period one, Hanner making that save off his toe, and he's just able to get to the rebound. Cooper Hayne trying to jam it in. Only one. The state champs still atop Class 3A. Pine Richland, the number 6 side. Rams will control it with 6 minutes and change to the ice cut. Team's back to full strength. Verzilla tied up as he was going to the net, and Nichols will freeze it for the face-off as emotions continue to Soroka in transition for Seneca. Soroka centering it. Played off the pad of Hanner. Out in front, Seneca Valley scores! Pinning Nake up against his own bench. 10 seconds left. Raiders have to hurry. Maxwell ahead for Gilbert. Gilbert rattled by Muldoon, who lost his helmet. Soroka in after this puck for the Raiders, and kept in legally off the hand of Gwarek. Gwarek taking down one of the Raiders. Penalty coming up. Gwarek on the attack for Seneca Valley. Gwarek just missing the net. Carter Hayne up for Reif. Reif toward goal. That pass broken up, but turned over to Hayne. Loose in front, batted at, and the Raiders score! My Soroka has tied it at 3 with 4:50 remaining. 5-hole, but the 5-hole closed just in time. Cooper Hayne in flight. Hayne to the goal. Hayne makes his move. He's knocked down. Penalty coming up. The Rams. Morin with a little pump fake to Hayne. To Morin. Morin shooting upstairs. Oh, what a save by Hanner. With the players push and shove. Maxwell with it. Maxwell. Hanner settles it down, makes the save. The rebound is clear, but not out. Oh, what a play there by Maxwell at the line. And it looks like that's what they're going to have to do. Time's going to run out. And we will play bonus hockey as one of the Rams was knocked over well after the whistle. Voigt skating wide behind the Seneca goal. Voigt Cross ice. Campbell firing over. Zilla was there for the deflection, but it was not to be. Unforthcoming. Half a minute left. Seneca Valley has this puck. Cooper Hain with it. Hain out of the box. Hain hooked. Penalty coming up. Have to hurry up and get something set up quickly with under 15 to go in OT. To the point for Cooper Hain. Hain to the circle. One-timer just missed. We'll have the honor. For Zilla to the goal. Nichols the save. Here's leading goal scorer to shoot first. Morin to the goal. He's stopped by Hanner. Turn for PR. Voigt skating to his right, comes to the goal. Just missing as he tried to elevate it on the backhand. He had Nichols down. He just ran out of room to shoot that puck. Seneca Valley. He does! Going for Pine Richland. He does! He goes 5-hole on Chris Nichols. Seneca Valley will shoot first in round 4. John Soroka. He scores! Oh, what a snipe by Soroka! What else I can do for you, Uncle Lewis? Raiders win, completing the comeback in the shootout. They take the shootout 2-1. They win the game over the Pine Richland Rams 4-3. Thank you.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.